Merry meet Sagittarius. Sagittarius sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all you Sagittarius, starting today, the 23rd of May, 2024. We are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. This is Ariel Gatoga, and our moderators today on YouTube are Diane and Jennifer, and on Twitch, Honeypaw. I should say the lovely Diane, the lovely Jennifer, and the lovely Honeypaw. Thank you so much, moderators. And thank you, Sagittarius and friends of Sagittarius, for joining us today. We're reading with this beautiful Miller 1780 deck, reimagined as watercolors and put on gorgeous museum quality stock. I've already purified with this beautiful 4711 cologne today. You can find links to purchase each of these products right in the video description of this video on my YouTube channel. If you're watching on a restream on YouTube and you don't feel like watching shuffling, you can just use the timestamps to get right to the reading if you like. If you're on YouTube, you could use a super sticker, super chat, or super thanks if you feel like giving a donation. Also, please remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you're on Twitch, please make sure you follow us on Twitch. And you can watch on Twitch without any ads when you subscribe to us there. If you'd like to donate and want to go off the platform, you can do that by going to paypal.me/arielgatoga, paypal.me/arielgatoga. You know, this reading goes out to a lot of Sagittarius, so if for some reason it doesn't seem to make any sense or apply to you, just disregard it. It may not be your reading. In that case, check out the Zodiac readings for your other signs. And also remember that we have a general reading for all signs, I should say a daily reading for all signs, each and every day except for Monday. You can find the most recent of the replays of all the tarot readings on the website, arielscorner.com. arielscorner.com, just click on the free online tarot readings link in the main menu. We have a shop at arielscornershop.com. arielscornershop.com, that's a bunch of affiliate links, which means that we make a small commission off of each and every sale. Our shop is being redesigned, and we'll have a soft launch of the new shop very shortly, so stay tuned. Just as a reminder, I don't read with card reversals, so you will see me flipping cards right side up. That's just how I like to read. All is well, I promise you. All right, Sag, let's just do one more shuffle here. I'm going to give this deck a nice clean cut, and then we will see what's in the cards for all you gorgeous Sagittarius for the next 2 weeks. Starting with the 3 of coins, how lovely. And then the 5 of wands, I don't mind a good 5 of wands. And then a 6 of wands, excellent, this is fabulous. Okay, so, you know, you've been working. Work. And it's good work. It's honest work. It's fabulous work. It's work that is going to compound over time to bring you a lot of result, a lot of good, a lot of wealth in the best sense of that word. I know that money will be a part of it for most of you, that wealth, but wealth meaning all the good that you need in your life. And as you're building it, sometimes you might notice you get a little irritable, or you might have arguments with people, or whatever. There's some anger that comes up occasionally. When that happens, look at it not as negative conflict, but look at it as a positive sign that you're moving from one phase to another. Hang on, I just dropped a card. So you're moving out of one thought system or one phase of your life to another. And sometimes that causes a little resistance or stuck energy, and you need to move the energy. And so sometimes if you're having arguments, amazing, great stuff comes out of those arguments. And you realize, oh, I'm glad we had that little fight. I would have never thought of that. I'm glad you said that, or whatever. Sometimes it's just stuck energy in your body, and you just need some physical activity. You know, you need to pound a pillow or scream into a pillow, something like that, or go work out or do a yoga class or whatever you need to do to move the energy. But recognize that sometimes anger is a temporary positive that'll take you off of one thing onto another. We all know that how positive anger can be when we're in a depressed state. Anger is a wonderful next step. Obviously not something you want to stay in. We're not saying, oh, anger is so good, let's just be angry all the time. But when we notice that we're being irritable or we're having little dust ups or things like that, that it's just a passing thing where you're passing from one energy pattern to another energy pattern, and you're letting go of stuck energy, and you're sometimes finding out some things about yourself or about a situation. And it's very brief, and it's all good. It's nobody's hating each other, none of that stuff. It's all just good. It's good sport. It's almost fighting as sport or anger as sport. Just recognizing that there can be a positive when you have a little bit of that every now and then. Now, where it's leading to is the 6. The 6 is that solar light, and it's the solar light as it pertains to your work, as it pertains to all of these wonderful activities that may feel like they might be going too slow for you. For some of you might feel like it's been, I'm working, I'm really glad that it's happening, I can see that good things are happening, but boy, it's like, it's a glacial pace. Sometimes it'll feel like it's just so slow. Well, when you call on that solar light, the solar light reorders things so that it starts to reflect the divine design. And what that does is you either start to recognize, oh, I guess it's not that slow, I was just looking at it wrong, or it takes the brakes off for you so it's not so slow anymore. In the best, most wonderful way possible. So calling on that solar light is a smart idea for you today. If that's something that's interesting to you, I have 2 solar light meditations on my YouTube channel. You can just go to YouTube and search Gatoga Solar Light. You'll come up with 3 videos, a lecture and 2 meditations. The 2 meditations are what I'm talking about, and they're both very, very brief. All right, we've got the Moon card. We've got the Queen of Wands. It's very wandy and coiny today. And then you've got this great Page of Coins. So all that stuff that I was talking about, how sometimes it feels like everything's going too slowly, you're going to see that it's actually picking up speed, especially once you work with that solar light. It's really picking up speed, and you start nurturing the right things. What I think a little of this this momentary anger, what that does is it takes away the blocks that you were having to really doing the things that you need to do. Because for whatever reason, some of you, it's so different for everybody, but for some of you, for some reason, some of you weren't as involved in certain aspects of your work that you needed to be to nurture it. And so whatever you're going through today is moving you out of that phase and into this next nurturing phase where you're really taking a much more hands-on approach to certain things that you might not have been before. I think a lot of you had a wrong idea of where you were going before. And now, especially once you work with that solar light and you're moving out of the illusion of what was happening into the reality, and the reality is much better than the illusion. However, moving from illusion to reality can be disconcerting, and that's also sometimes when you have some of that 5 of Wands activity. In the old, what is that, religion, Christian Science, they used to call it chemicalization, and that's like when they were doing a healing, when the I'm not a Christian Scientist, so I just know of this because I learned it one day, but I don't know a lot about it. So don't ask me a lot about Christian Science because I don't know. But it's basically when something was being healed, it would bring up the resistance to it. It would bring up the sort of mental and emotional toxins that were keeping the disease in place, so that it could be released. So it could seem like things are getting worse before they're getting better. And that's kind of what this 5 of Wands is looking like. It's bringing a lot of these old illusions up into your conscious mind so that you can release them. And while you're going through them, it can seem disconcerting. It can seem annoying, and it can make you feel a little bit irritable. So just go through it. It's fine. It's nothing harsh. It's nothing intolerable. It's just you want to go through it because you want to let go of those crystals of illusion. You want to remember that what's on the way up is on the way out. So it's important that we let go of these illusions because we don't want the illusions to start becoming our reality. right? We want the reality to be reflective of our true function, of our true will, of our soul's journey, and that's what this solar light is all about. So 2 meditations are indicated if you decide to do either of them in this reading. One is that solar light meditation, which we've already described, and then there's this moon meditation, and right now that's where a lot of the illusions are, but there's also great power in regards to being able to manifest something that's better for you than some of the old illusions that weren't so good for you. So the name of that meditation is called Healing the Deep Unconscious Mind. Healing the deep unconscious mind. And part of what that deep unconscious mind that needs to be healed is in regards to this work that you've been doing that is good, that is wonderful, but for many of you seems like it's going too slowly. That's what needs to be healed, because actually you're ready for something big. You're ready for something at least bigger and faster and more complete. And this page of coins is talking about how this once you get through this probably toward the end of this next couple weeks, you're going to see those financial vistas starting to really open up. All the ones that seemed like it was just trickling in, it's really going to start opening up for you. And that's why you need to be on top of things as far as being the nurturer of it all, which is where this 5 of Wands, that little bit of an irritability, is bringing you into, is letting go of all of the distractions and allowing you to stay, Sagittarius, more of the nurturer, more of the nurturer of your own life. So I think the big takeaway from this reading for me is that you're moving from one thought system to another, one thought system that maybe you had some ideas of what you wanted that might have been a little off base, and now you're moving into a better version of that, which is going to make you very happy, and it looks like very prosperous. And moving from one thought system to the other is causing a little distress with some of you, and just go through it, because it's very temporary, and it's okay. If you feel angry, just do something about it. Just go scream or scream into a pillow. Don't be toxic with other people. Do it in private. Or if you end up noticing that you have an argument with somebody, listen to what comes up in the argument, and don't just go, oh, they're such jerks. No, listen to it and just say, what was the purpose of that argument? Because it wasn't just conflict for its own sake. That was the 5 of Wands. So we were combating for a purpose. What came out of that that's good? What came out of that that's good? And then call on that solar light and allow that solar light to reorder everything, so that you don't even have to go through so much of that. You don't even have to go through so much of that stuff. You can get right on to the divine design. The problem is sometimes we won't move from illusion to divine design without kind of going through it. And that's not that it's necessary. It's not that the universe requires it. It's just that sometimes we don't feel like we've done it enough, unless we've gone through some sort of experience to prove to ourselves that we're in the right place. So whatever it happens to manifest today, if there's some irritability, just let it be there. If you bypass the irritability, that's great. You don't need to go create it. Get right onto that solar light and allow that illusion to be refocused into something much, much better. Get ready for the finances that you've been so impatient about starting to come through, and you staying on top of things. You're the nurturer. You're the one that is kind of the mom of your whole life, regardless of whether you're male or female. It's very nurturing, mothering energy. You're the mom of your whole life, and especially in regards to whatever this career and money is. And that's where you want to stay. You want to assume that role and make sure that you're the one that's nurturing everything, because you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing, and you're moving out of illusion into amazing prosperity. All right, thank you so much for spending some time with me, Sagittarius. I'll be back in 2 weeks for another reading for you. Thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Diane, Jennifer, and Honey Paw, and we will see you in 2 weeks, Sag. Thanks so much. Blessed be.